35 years of my life. Our journey begins with this mug.
There's this microphone.
Whoa!
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome weekend so far. Bitcoin having a very interesting end to the weekend. You can see it's actually up over 3% at the time of making this video. In fact, we got all the way up to $9,800 almost. We're currently just chilling right now. Now, in yesterday's video, we were discussing whether or not the golden cross on the daily was going to be a major breakout or a disappointing fake out. Well, we haven't put that in yet, but what we have done is actually gotten above several major downtrends of resistance on different charts for Bitcoin. So that is looking good, but we're not out of the waters yet. In fact, the way that Bitcoin closes out this weekly candle is incredibly important, and the next 24 hours are going to be very interesting for Bitcoin. I definitely want to talk about that. Also, not to mention the fact that the total open interest on Bitcoin futures contracts has literally doubled. So this is telling me that there is definitely something brewing in the background, not to mention the insane interest in Bitcoin recently, especially from retail. You can see over here, this is actually on Amazon's bestsellers. Number 4 is the Bitcoin Standard. Over here, we have number 6, which is This Book Will Save You Time, which is a book on Bitcoin. You could tell by the B in the logo. Also, if we scroll down here, we have number 9, which is the blockchain revolution. So this is pretty incredible. What is going on? We need to talk about that. Oh, also the fact that Visa has just filed a patent for basically a digital currency, and they're considering using Ethereum. That's right, guys. Lots to talk about today. You're definitely going to want to stick this video out. We got a lot of things to go over. Also, as you guys know, today is Sunday, last day if you want to win the Ledger Nano S. Drop a comment below, and it's also the last day if you want to just buy a Ledger and get 50% off. This is the last day for that discount. So if you're interested, when you guys get to checkout, you must use the code WeAreTheBullRun. That's how you get your 50% off, okay? I will drop links below in the description for that if you're interested. And one more thing before we get to the video, there's been a lot of scammers in my comments. You might take this as a bullish sign. The scammers are back, but if you're new, do not get scammed. People in the comments saying we're doing some kind of giveaways. Crypto Zombie, thanks for the Bitcoin. I sent 3.4 Bitcoin, got 6.8 back. Crypto Zombie, thanks for the Bitcoin. Guys, I'm not giving away Bitcoin. There is no Bitcoin giveaway. Do not talk to any fake crypto zombies in the comments. That is a scam. That being said, we need to dive in directly to the video today. If you're new, definitely get subscribed. We do this every single day. Let's dive in. Now, having a look right here, you do notice that Bitcoin is at a sort of critical pivotal level right here. We are still in this downtrend, right? So we could potentially come down to the bottom of this level. However, if we are looking for a breakout, the level that we're going to have a lot of resistance is right here at the top of this purple line, and that is literally sitting at around $9,950 just before that psychological 10K level. Keep your eyes on that. If we can't get above it, we will get rejected. You can see over here on Bitstamp, we are sitting above this level. This is the weekly chart, and this is why the next 24 hours are critical. We need to essentially close a green candle above this level. You see, we couldn't do it back here in August of earlier this year, of last year. We couldn't do it right here, February 3rd of this year, and we're attempting to do it right now. If we get rejected, we're probably going to end up pushing back down lower again. Now, I do want to point out that Keith Waring has actually said if you go from wick to wick, we're actually above the 46-week downtrend, and in order to be above that, we simply need to be above the $9,200 level. Now, keep in mind, that would be if you're going from wick to wick. If that's the case, then things are already looking quite bullish for Bitcoin. However, as Benjamin Blunt pointed out over here, we are already above the 3-day over on the BitMEX chart. He basically says if you zoom out, we've already broken the downtrend. He also says the rise from $3,000 to $14,000 was clearly an impulsive move. Sure, you could sit on the sidelines, you could wait for confirmation that we broke the downtrend of the $20,000 Bitcoin, all-time high level. But if you wait that long, you're going to be jumping in late and you're probably going to end up buying Bitcoin a lot higher. Nothing on this channel is financial advice, but just keep in mind that a lot of the smart money is accumulating at these lower levels, especially under $10,000, right? Also, if we have a look over here, you do notice that even if we do bounce around in this channel just for a little bit longer, we are still looking for a major breakout or breakdown for Bitcoin before June 3rd. I have a hunch that it's probably going to happen at the end of this year. Bitcoin usually doesn't get all the way to the end. It usually has its, breakouts or breakdowns much sooner. And like I said, guys, if we actually do play out on this descending broadening wedge that we're having right here, this chart, this pattern actually has an 80% chance of breaking out to the upside. And I've said this for like a week on the channel. That target is around $15,500. Yes, we could get rejected and go back down to the 200 weekly, which is around $5,800. That would suck short term, maybe great opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin, but that would set us up for a massive moonshot to the $15,000 level. The other thing I want to point out is that we actually already had a golden cross over here on the Bitcoin dominance weekly chart. And if you notice, we are looking for a potential breakout of that chart. Now, if we do come down to these lower levels, you're going to see altcoins really take off. So if Bitcoin starts to fall below, maybe you might want to dabble in the altcoins to kind of get some short-term gains. If Bitcoin breaks out of this wedge, well, we're looking for a crazy Bitcoin moonshot. Having a look right here, though, I do want to point out that if we just look at Coinbase chart, you're noticing that we are above some of the major support resistance in the past. Right here, we had a lot of support for Bitcoin, okay? Basically, after we had the crazy $14,000 Bitcoin, every time we came down to this level, we would bounce off it, right? It then started acting as resistance right here. Right here, it was a mix of both resistance and support. And currently, right now, we are sitting above that level. So very critical levels for Bitcoin. And also at the current price that Bitcoin is at right now, we're not going to end up putting in a CME futures gap, which means there's not going to be any crazy, we need to pump the price or we need to dump the price to fill the gap, which means that if we do start the level off on Monday at these levels, we could potentially just continue in whatever direction we're going, okay? So keep that in mind moving forward. But having a look over here, like I said, the May 14th, okay, they say yielded open interest of 10,792 Bitcoin futures trading contracts over at CME, totaling 53,960 Bitcoin, which is literally an all-time high. And this is according to a CME representative. Also, they say the CME tallied 66 large open interest holders, okay, which is another record. Basically, these figures in particular indicate added involvement from institutions. So the institutions are definitely getting pretty excited. And you can see right here, this is the chart that I showed you in the beginning of the video from Tom McClellan. And Max Kaiser says that this guy is essentially the face of Paul Tudor Jones, who just invested over $100 million into Bitcoin publicly. He announced it. So basically this guy, he says, I do not profess to be a Bitcoin expert in any sense, but I shared this interesting chart in my daily edition this morning. Total open interest in Bitcoin futures has nearly doubled in the past 2 weeks alone. Something interesting is brewing. Let me know what you guys think. I definitely think there's something very big happening in the background, whether or not that means we're going to have a massive blast off or maybe even a little bit of a shakeout again before we move to these higher levels. But you're seeing all this interest from all of these people. J.K. Rowling is talking about it, right? Elon Musk. You saw Paul Tudor Jones. Robert Kiyosaki, he made another tweet. He said the economy is dying. The Fed is incompetent. Next bailout, trillions in pensions, hope fading. He says he bought more Bitcoin, silver and gold, and he talks about some potential predictions. He says gold $3,000, silver $40, but he says Bitcoin $75,000 in 3 years. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst. So you are definitely seeing the shift. And like I said, over here on the Amazon bestsellers, number 4 is a Bitcoin book. Number 6 is a Bitcoin book. Number 9 is a Bitcoin book. Are there any other Bitcoin books in here? There's a lot of Bitcoin standards and stuff like that. But yeah, actually, by the way, guys, I love this book, The Bitcoin Standard. If you guys haven't checked this out, this is the one trending at number 4. I definitely recommend you buy this book. I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything like that. I don't have any affiliate links. This is a very good book. I definitely suggest you guys get it. It's just a really, really awesome book to really understand why the significance of Bitcoin, essentially, right? Why it is so important. Also, speaking of books and authors, J.K. Rowling, so there was this fake tweet, right, where she said she bought Bitcoin. Well, it actually turns out that Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, replied and said, "Welcome to crypto. Grab a Coinbase account when you're ready to use that Bitcoin, not just hold it, and get into any of the many other cryptos out there." And a lot of people were basically like, yeah, you do know that's a fake account, right? You didn't even check to verify that you were literally replying to not Loomdart as opposed to J.K. Rowling. So that's kind of been making its rounds. By the way, we also have a website. It's does J.K. Rowling own Bitcoin.com? Today? No, not yet. And what's this? What's this? Breaking news coming in? Wait, hold on, guys. We have a breaking story. It appears that Craig S. Wright confirms that he is in fact the real J.K. Rowling, and he did in fact write the Harry Potter books. Right. If you guys don't know who this man is, don't even bother. He claims to be Satoshi. We all know he's not. But there were a lot of interesting responses yesterday to the J.K. Rowling tweet. One of them came from W1. She said, "Voldemort splits soul for eternity. Bitcoin ledger is timeless by making millions of copies. Each copy tracks same history of money flow that everyone has access to, like a public version of the Marauder's map. Opposite to Leprechaun Gold, Bitcoin dies only if the last copy is gone." Also, guys, super quick, there's another scam. Basically, you know the Plus token scam? Some people thought that was responsible. It was a Ponzi thing for dumping on the markets. It looks like there's another one called Woe Token. Yeah, so they have $1 billion scam to date. And yeah, so be careful out there, guys. Do not get involved in these Ponzi schemes if it sounds too good to be true. Most likely it is. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I don't know the significance of this yet, but I'll let you guys know if there is a huge amount of Bitcoin or ETH maybe that they have that they're looking to dump on the markets. If you have any information, drop that below in the comments. I'd love to hear about that as well. But here's some big news. So Visa has filed an application to create digital currencies on the blockchain with the US Patent and Trademark Office. Here's the kicker. It's cited that they are considering using Ethereum. So Ethereum is a possibility for their network. The application describes a centralized process to maintain the value of the stablecoin. So, I mean, you guys know what stablecoins is. Essentially, every time a dollar worth of digital fiat currency is generated, the central entity ensures that a corresponding physical dollar bill is removed from circulation. So they say that while the US dollar is specifically mentioned as one of the fiat currencies, this could also be applied to anything like pounds, yen, euros, etc. The physical currency of a central bank anywhere in the world could technically be digitized. So is this the future? Is Visa and all these other guys going to start actually using real digital currencies on the blockchain, not just, representations of numbers in centralized data banks? Let me know what you guys think about that below. Also, I want to talk about maybe some of these big whale investors know something's up because data, according to the firm Sentiment, shows that big whales who have been accumulating Ethereum, Maker, Basic Attention Token, Engine, Ren, and Kyber network have actually been accumulating even more recently. In fact, to quote the report, it said, "What has the number one respective top holder done with their holdings for several key crypto assets over the past weeks?" Short answer, accumulating. So is it alt season? Well, guys, like I said, if the dominance does break down on the Bitcoin chart, that is very possible. Also want to talk about what is going on with Reddit. So it looks like Reddit is even getting on board with digital currencies. You can see essentially throughout the next few months, users who do use Reddit in certain subgroups are basically going to be able to get some digital tokens. So they have Moon tokens, they have bricks coming out as well. And essentially this is different from other in-game cash rewards for video games, etc., because they're going to be using, once again, the Ethereum blockchain. What's this? Whoa, hold on, guys. What's this? We have breaking news again coming in. What is this? One second. Who is this? Oh, so it looks like Craig S. Wright confirms he is in fact the owner of Reddit, and he has said that he invented moons and bricks. Just wanted to bring you guys that breaking story as well. But yeah, guys, inevitably, Bitcoin is the hardest, soundest money in the world. Let's be honest, while the world is seeing nothing but money printing and quantitative easing, Bitcoin just went through its halving event, which represents literal quantitative hardening. So how is this going to affect the crypto markets? Well, I think I'll just end today's video on a quote from Ben Davies, the co-founder of Glint. Basically, he says, if you bet against Bitcoin, you are betting against the exchange of value afforded by the internet. The internet exchanges information through various protocols, just as Bitcoin conveys an exchange of value of a good or service when it's spent. So if its utility is increasing, the network value will continue to rise. And yes, for all my moon boys out there, most likely price will rise as well. So that's it for me today, guys. Definitely have to see what Bitcoin is doing. We're hanging around these levels. The next 24 hours are going to be really critical for Bitcoin. We have to see if we can close out this weekly candle above that major resistance level. If we can, I think that would be very good for Bitcoin. Also, friendly reminder, guys, today is the last day. In fact, if you're watching this on Monday, it's already too late, but if you can get it by the end of today, Sunday, then make sure that you enter the code We Are the Bull Run for your Ledger Nano S. Also, guys, definitely check out my links below in the description. Obviously, if you use those links, you are helping to support the channel, and I do appreciate it, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I love you guys. To all of my new subscribers, thank you. It's been an awesome journey so far since the halving. Can't wait for the next year. I think we're going to have an incredible year for Bitcoin. Could we have a short-term pullback? Yes. Long-term, to the moon. Not financial advice, but you guys know the drill. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.